Good day, everybody. How are you all doing? Today, we are going to calculate the minimum sample size uh, for the proportion of SUVs that get more than 50 miles per gallon at 95% confidence while maintaining a certain level of margin of error. Now, margin of error is the difference between the sample proportion and the population proportion, the maximum difference, okay, between sample proportion and population proportion. Now, if I tell you the answer for this problem is close to 97, would you trust me? Would you believe me? Okay, I will show it to you. I will share the computer screen with you and then we will work out the numbers. Okay. No, no, no. This is not it. So we go back. This is the one I want to share. So I stop share this one and here, here it is. Share. Find the minimum sample size necessary to estimate the population proportion of subs that achieve more than 50 miles per gallon at 95% level of confidence while maintaining a margin of error as zero point 0.1 miles per gallon, of course. So the formula is sample size is n. So sample size is n. Sample size n. N is equal to in parentheses z alpha by 2 z dash alpha by 2 alpha by 2 times no, we don't do that. First it is p multiplied by 1 minus p multiplied by p multiplied by 1 minus p, and the whole thing is multiplied by z alpha by 2 divided by, the whole thing is divided by margin of error. Margin of error, and then parenthesis and squared. And now this is the formula. So for 95% confidence level, 95% confidence level, z alpha by 2, z capital Z dash alpha by 2 is equal to 1.96. Okay, is equal to 1.96. Where did I get it? From textbook. Okay, for 96, no, for 95%. So it will be 95% for 95%. Percent. Okay. 1.96. P is an estimate of population. So P is equal to population proportion. It is population proportion. Since if P is not known, which is true here, which is true in this, which is true for this situation, for this problem. If assume p is equal to 0.5, so then n becomes n equal to uh, it becomes 0.5 5 multiplied by 1 minus zero point 0.5, then in parenthesis 0.50, 0.5 multiplied by 1 minus 0.5 multiplied by 1.96 divided by margin of error, which is given to us as 0.1, and we square it. Square, squared. So that will be the formula that we'll use to calculate n. N is the minimum sample size necessary. Minimum sample size necessary. Size necessary. And the important thing to remember, if n works out to be contains a value, decimal value, then round it to the next integer. Round it up. This is always true, up to the next integer. Integer. Okay. So in our case, the minimum sample size is minimum sample size. We will use that same formula. Size n is equal to, now I will work out with the formula. So I use an equal to sign. So it is 0.5, left parenthesis 1 minus zero point 0.5. Okay. Then right parenthesis 1.96 is the critical value of z, which I already told you, divided by margin of error given in the problem is zero point 0.1, and then you square the last parenthesis, so exponent sign is this 2, and it will, yes, so it works out to 9, actually it works out to 96.04. Okay, so if I use two places of decimal, general not number, number, okay, okay. So 96.95 actual minimum sample size, minimum sample size is rounded up to 97. Please remember that we have to round it up. We do not round it down to 96. We round it up to the next higher number, which is 97. So, like I said in the beginning, if the minimum sample size is, I told you 97, would you trust me? So, I showed you by the calculation. So, the formula for the minimum sample size for proportion is n equal to p, population proportion, times 1 minus p, times z alpha by 2, that is the critical value of z for 95% confidence, which is 1.96, divided by margin of error, which is given to us as zero point 0.1. The last parenthesis is squared. So p is not given to us. We assume p is zero point 0.5. So the formula becomes n equal to zero point 0.5 for p. Then left parenthesis 1 minus p is 1 minus zero point 0.5, right parenthesis. So zero point 0.5 times 1 minus zero point 0.5, then left parenthesis again. Inside the left parenthesis, critical value of z for 95% confidence is 1.96. That will be divided by margin of error, which is zero point 0.1. And you only square the last parenthesis item or last parenthesis term. And if you do the calculation, it will work out to 96.04. But the rule in statistics is 0.04. We do not round it down to 96. We round it up to 97. I'll stop here today. You may have some questions. Please do not hesitate to ask the questions in the comments area. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. If you like this video, please share with your friends. If you like this video, also please give me a thumbs up. That really motivates me to work harder. And please do not forget to check me out tomorrow, and please click on the bell button that you will be notified every time I upload a new video, and please subscribe to my channel by hitting the red subscribe button. I'll stop here today. Take care. Have a nice day. I'll see you later.